Here's one.
I still got plans that I never spoke. A lot of rhymes that I never wrote. A lot of dreams that I never lived. But if I think about it, then I mean I really did. Just not yet. I used to wish that I was here now. Smooth sailing on my own boat. I'm about to jump up on another plane. Right before I take another tote. It's all love. If you here, you done been through it. It's your business if you into it. If it ain't mine, I ain't into it. So I don't care what you meddling. You can say what you peddling, cause they easily influence. I'm about to take another long drive.
All right. We are back. Another episode of Cannabis Corner. You are listening to Cannabis Corner on WNHH-LP 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from downtown New Haven. We are streaming live on TuneIn Radio and NewHavenIndependent.org, and we are all here now. We are also streaming live on Facebook Live. Just go to facebook.com/New Haven Independent, or just go to your Facebook page and look us up. All right. How's everyone doing this week?
Hey, Joe. Keeper, how's it going?
Good.
Oh,
Yeah?
yes.
Get that mic near your mouth so we can hear
Wait,
you.
I'm still like,
No, catch your breath
running
there.
up the stairs.
Take the elevator. Like I do. You got to take the elevator. But how's everybody's weekend? Good?
Yeah, so far so good. So
Yeah.
far so good, I guess. It was
Very uneventful for me.
nice low-key weekend, I believe. That was the ultimate theme of the weekend.
Yeah. I did see Alice Cooper on Friday night, which was kind of fun.
Wow. Look at
That was kind
that.
of cool. I haven't seen him in years since I was younger, and it was. I mean, the guy's 70 years old, and he still gets up on stage and does all that crazy stuff, cuts his head off, does all
Cut
kinds.
the head off.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
that's part of his show.
Ah,
He
Oh.
decapitates himself.
trying to share this.
No worries.
So-
We got our live feeds going. We have the New Haven Independent feed going. You have a little bit of everything, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Harry's still on vacation, so we have what was your name again, boss? Brian.
Producer Brian,
Brian.
yeah.
I'm horrible, man. It was I might be
Producer
medicated
Brian has
today.
done a great
Producer
job.
Brian has been doing an amazing job. We're getting everybody kind of checking in on the Facebook Lives, but the
So-
weekend was all right, you know.
Yeah.
Maine Nican went on.
Oh yeah, I
Our
didn't
friend-
go.
Our friend Edlin was up
Yeah,
there
I
doing
saw
a great
Ellen.
great
Oh,
picture.
Let me get in the, on the mic here. Okay.
Yeah, Ellen was up there. She did a couple seminars. I believe a woman's in cannabis seminar. The pictures were great.
Yep.
We always love seeing things that are going on in your neck of the woods. So now we know that this show is played all over the country. So if you're in a
Cool.
state that has these awesome events going on, shoot us some
Yeah,
pictures.
shoot
We'd
us a
love to
picture.
Because
hear.
we fancy, huh?
Yeah.
You're all over.
Well, you know, you share it on your page, and then your friends share it on their pages,
that's
and
right.
it gets all over the country. And
Everywhere.
you have a pretty big network, so.
I mean, I'm trying. Thank y'all for joining in and supporting and sharing. We really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't cost anything to share and like on
Not at
Facebook
all.
at all.
That's it. That's free. One of the few things in life. Well, actually, well, anyway.
Uh-oh.
So have you heard about Aaron Romano? You guys
Wow,
know
new
him.
My
news.
Aaron.
Yes.
Eh.
He's a good
Aaron.
friend of ours. He's been on the show a few times, actually, and he works with us in Normal. He is the actual legal counsel for
Yes,
Connecticut
he
Normal.
is.
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but Aaron Romano has filed a lawsuit against the state of Connecticut.
Yes.
He filed a lawsuit basically stating that they are preventing him from growing industrial hemp on his property, even though it was declared legal here in Connecticut in 2015. We changed the law.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I mean, we spoke to Aaron, as a matter of fact, on the air about this very thing before he did the lawsuit, and he was very frustrated about it, and he was going back and forth. This is the result. So obviously he did not get the good result that we were hoping for.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They are still stonewalling him, and this time they're blaming it on the federal law, which is a lot of hooey, because there are other
it's Connecticut.
states that are don't even have medical programs
And
that are
they're-
growing
Yes, sir.
industrial hemp,
Right.
because the federal government has allowed people to grow
That's right.
industrial hemp under pilot programs.
Right.
So all the state of Connecticut, and which was the intention of the bill.
Right.
I mean, why legalize it if you're not going to do anything with it? So the intention of the bill in 2015 was that they would put in a pilot program. They gave them plenty of time to do it.
They gave time.
They were
definitely
supposed to have it done by this year, put in the regulations and the pilot programs, and the legislature just never did it. They never did it. So now we have legal hemp here in Connecticut, but you're not allowed to grow it. So basically, he filed his suit in Superior.
Well, it's not that you're not allowed to grow it. There just isn't anything in play saying what the rules would be if you grow
were
it.
to grow
so
it.
There's nothing saying that it's not illegal to grow. That's where the argument is.
Well, yeah, I found a couple little things here in their answers. From
Share
the
with
state.
us.
Yes.
Share, Joe.
So anyway, Aaron owns 10.5 acres of agricultural land in Bloomfield.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful.
It is nice. We've all been there.
Yep.
Very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And his legal complaint is that the state's policy declaring hemp growing illegal unconstitutionally deprives him of the use and enjoyment of his property, which I agree.
I agree, too.
Yeah.
I like the way that sounds.
So the attorney for the State Department of Agriculture says growing hemp commercially. This is the word I'm talking about. Growing hemp commercially remains illegal under federal law, and that the state's hands are tied until Congress changes the federal statutes. So what does that mean if you're not commercially growing it?
Then you just grow it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Now, in other words, commercial growing means if you bought 10 tomato plants, you want to sell those tomatoes from that tomato plant. You are commercially growing.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if you have 2 tomato plants and you're just growing for your household,
correct,
they have no problem and there's no regulation with that.
Correct.
So is what the state is saying is that as long as you're not trying to use it for commercial purposes, that it's okay? I mean,
that
do
would
we
mean
need
that
to
he
clarify it, right?
If he was donating everything that he grew, does that allow him to
or
grow
what
it?
if he's just using personal use? What if I just wanted to grow some commercial hemp, industrial hemp, high CBD flower, right?
Right, for yourself.
And use it for myself. Roll joints with it, make extracts with it.
You should be able
Put it
to.
in my cookies, whatever I want.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Like,
and then
just like if I grew tomatoes or basil, why can't I make the salad?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Certainly, or the sauce.
Right.
Whatever I want to make with those tomatoes.
Exactly.
I can make sauce. I can make salad. I can make ketchup. I can make salsa. Whatever I want. I should have the same rights with hemp. And
I think he should have the same rights because,
well, the question is, does he
that it's
want
been grown in Connecticut?
Does he want to commercially grow it? That's the question we need to ask Aaron. And I have texted him to see if he
has a couple minutes.
If he has a couple minutes, but we'll see if he gets back to me. But anyway, the U.S. Senate this summer. The reason why a couple things came up in this article. It says Connecticut does not either have legislation or regulations in place at this point of time, but we are studying the issue and what specifically we need to adopt a hemp program in Connecticut. So they are looking into it, and this wouldn't even.
And where are they looking? I wonder.
Right? Yeah, right. Who's the study? Right? Oh, yeah, right. They just, a lot of times, just like they passed this bill and they never did anything with it, they just do that to tell people what they want to hear.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just shut them up. Just
there's
shut
a bunch
them
of
up.
things that come to my head and a bunch of questions that I know we just don't throw them out here on the radio.
Yeah. Right. And the thing is, if the farm bill had gotten passed like it was supposed to, this wouldn't even be an issue because then the federal restrictions on it would be gone. Because that is part of the farm bill. So their little excuse that Connecticut is using that it's federally illegal and we don't want to break the laws. Even though, the feds have already said it was okay if you put in pilot programs.
Correct.
I mean, and there's so many other states that are doing it.
And I would think Connecticut has a pilot program or of something of the sort because...
No. We're the only state in New England that does not.
They have an education research program, right? Is that what it is?
Research, yeah. They're doing research on cannabis.
That's the research.
Yeah, we're Schedule 2 here, but hemp isn't even scheduled.
Right.
They took it off. This is what I'm saying.
Aaron had a percentage that was going to go to research.
Then it might be commercial. Who knows? And I think if they're going to do research, they're the ones who want to. They're going to be the ones who want to grow it.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that hemp has not been grown here in Connecticut because it has. There's been pilot programs, but they were set up in a college.
Right.
This is how they got around it. Like you say with the research,
Yeah.
that's how they got around that grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was through a college. But what if you don't want to do it through a college? What if you're a business and you want to make
Yeah.
products out of hemp? This is where Aaron's at.
This
Yeah.
is how
Right
you
now,
build
we
an
can
industry.
do research and grow, but
Yeah.
what
Right.
good is that, for the
Wow.
average person?
Right.
You can
Who,
you can go
Yeah.
get
Well,
Connecticut abacus on the.
we better now.
And I Okay, so
So
what
anyway,
else with this?
the other states that have it, Vermont, Oregon, Tennessee, New York, Minnesota, and North Dakota, all now have farmers growing hemp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all authorized by the DEA.
Mhm.
So see, if you apply for them, you can get them.
Mhm.
So this is just Connecticut has just not gotten off its butt
I'm just ridiculous.
and done anything about it. And
Correct.
we wish Aaron the best. The hearing is next Monday. So I put a call in. Maybe he'll call us. Hopefully if the hearing gets off before 1 o'clock, I'll make sure maybe he'll call us afterwards and let us know what the disposition is.
I know that you'll keep us up to date
Yeah.
with that.
But
Well, I have an announcement of my own that I'm going to
Oh.
make here today.
Yes.
Mm.
And that's announcing that we are opening a second Canna Health office.
oh, you're gonna do okay.
Yes. in
Drum
Hart-
roll.
Yep.
There we go. And where is it going to be?
It's going to be in Hartford, Connecticut,
Oh,
57 Pratt Street. So right in the heart of the heartbeat of Connecticut. That's
Write
what
that
they
down.
call
The heartbeat of Hartford.
Yep, we'll be on 57 Pratt Street, Suite 405.
Okay.
We're going to have a grand opening on November 9th.
Okay.
It's going to be between 4 and 7 just to come and see the new office, interact with all of us because I know you gentlemen will be there,
Mhm.
Yeah, people write this
and-
down.
and learn more about the medical marijuana program and then what services that we offer at Canna Health. So I'm
Nice.
super excited. That'll also give us opportunities as a group, as a team here to have classes
Yep.
in
throw
Hartford
classes in Hartford.
to really touch a whole nother demographic and
Yep.
really kind of maybe we can find some more advocates up that way to help us
Mhm.
in
Hold
our
meetings
fight.
there. Hold normal
Hold meetings. We can do all of that stuff. So, and actually, the building I'm in, it has a lounge attached to it,
Oh.
so we can have
Well, we'll have to come
nice
out
little
and definitely
time
check
out
that
there.
out on the. But we'll come out
Yeah.
before that and look at it. But
yeah. So grand opening November 9th.
November 9th from 4 to 7.
From 4 to 7, 57 Pratt Street, Suite 405 in Hartford. And I'll start, putting out
Yeah.
some materials and giving you all some more visuals to go along with it. But I'm really
Mhm.
excited to be able to offer our services, medical marijuana certifications, education to the community of Hartford. They need it as well. They need
Oh,
to have
yeah.
access. We're going to keep our prices low
Mhm.
and really make it affordable for veterans and people who are on fixed incomes or public assistance. So we're going to make sure that we offer great services. So
Well, the
I'm
same
super
thing you're doing
excited.
down here. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
It spreads
It's-
the love
exactly.
from New Haven County right up to Hartford County. So
Yep.
there's not really an interruption in service
Nope.
there. So if you were in the Hartford area and you were looking for some type of alternative care, Kiva is going to be there for you.
Yep.
So starting in November, man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
congratulations
great.
once again.
Thank
so
you.
Hartford needs
spread this out in Hartford. So if
Yes.
you're following us on Facebook or SoundCloud or anything, share this around your area
Yes.
because certifications will be following that grand opening.
Yes.
Very
So our
nice.
hours up there, we're going to alternate with New Haven. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we're open here
Mm.
Monday,
in New
Wednesday,
Haven. So we'll be
Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday still
Yeah.
in Hartford.
Beautiful.
So every day of the week you can come somewhere and get
That's
certified.
it. That's great. Through
Except for
Canna Health.
Sunday, we gonna pray on Sunday.
No, we
Yeah,
go to church on
nobody
Sunday.
does
We
them
do
on
church
Sunday.
on
You
Sunday.
can't do that on
We
Sunday.
Oh,
do
but
that.
yeah,
we,
so
we praise the good
That's
Lord.
the big news for me.
Yeah.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we got a lot of people.
Hey,
on
did
this
you
one on
guys
here today.
hear what Ohio did?
What
with
did
CBD?
Oh, what did Ohio do?
Oh.
Talk to us.
Listen
Joe.
to this
please,
one.
Joe.
Access is hard.
The Ohio Board of Pharmacy says
That's right.
CBD is medical marijuana.
That's right.
On Monday, the Ohio Board of Pharmacy announced that the state's medical marijuana law, HB 523, applies to all marijuana products, including CBD. Cannabidiol, the board said, falls under the law's definition of marijuana, and that means that all marijuana products, including CBD, even if they do not contain THC, can only be sold at licensed medical marijuana dispensaries.
So no more gas
Furthermore,
station.
all products must provide the known source and quantity of active ingredients. So this announcement makes it clear that the Ohio Board of Pharmacy considers hemp-derived products identical to products sourced to cannabis, even though
Guess they didn't look under a microscope.
hemp and marijuana are different. For
That's
years,
misinformation.
Yeah.
hemp-derived CBD was widely available across Ohio.
Mhm.
Shop owners who stopped hemp CBD products said they were becoming very popular, especially among older consumers.
Yes.
So, now,
That's common knowledge.
all the Ohio
They
shops
just want to control it.
have been forced to sell off all their CBD products at a discount,
now.
and they're no longer going to be able to sell it.
That's
So this means
horrible.
two things. People who were getting CBD who may not I don't know what Ohio's medical marijuana laws are,
Right.
who may not qualify for medical marijuana
Mhm.
are no longer going to be able to get the relief.
Correct.
Because now CBD is only going to be available for people who qualify for the medical marijuana program.
Correct.
Wow.
It is also, like Keeber said, going to make it all under one umbrella. It is
Mhm.
going to even strengthen, because Ohio's as bad as Connecticut, from
Yeah,
what I hear.
they really are pretty bad.
They are really
Yes.
bad as far as the
Yes.
big money players getting in there and controlling the
And that's
industry.
where I look at it as an entrepreneurial move, because if you can control it on the government and that only dispensary owners can sell CBD, you now cut out the entire marketplace, the free marketplace.
All the entrepreneurs are cut out.
That's it.
You can't get it now at a health food store.
Nope.
You can't get it at a head shop.
Nope.
Not at a gas station like you say. You can only get it at a dispensary. So, A, it means more money in their pockets.
Right.
Because now people who just want to use CBD are going to be forced to get a medical marijuana card if they qualify.
Right.
And B, no, all the entrepreneurs, all these people even said in this article, it's going to wipe out their
Yeah.
business because
Wow.
CBD has become
A-
a huge
it's a
part
market.
of
Oh,
these
yeah.
people's
It's a market
businesses.
sector.
They
and
said
a
it's
lot of
like a
people-
300% growth.
Yes, over the
And-
yeah,
yeah.
over the last year, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And then we haven't even hit the peak in CBD.
Nah,
we
No,
haven't
not
even
it's
at
hit-
all.
just started.
Just
we
the
haven't hit the
beginning.
peak in
So-
CBD, and we haven't even leveled out. So figure we
This
still
came
have
off the heels of that DEA
that big buck,
rescheduling.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that has not been positive so far. This is
It's all
already
about the Benjamin.
a
baby.
repercussion of on that.
Now
Now,
what
this-
happens? Well,
I don't even
All
want to
about
give
the
other
Benjamins,
states.
what was Blumenthal's speech this morning on the green about the new mail, the new
Oh.
system?
Oh
of
yeah, they're
mail?
out
Oh,
there
yeah.
protesting
You
right
know,
now.
and
What do they
that's-
want to do? Privatize Connecticut Mail?
So no,
Oh, the nation.
it's a new program that the country's put into play, that when you mail something, it gets tracked a lot more by the person that actually mailed it. So your privacy is like being taken away, basically, and they're blaming it on stopping drug sales through the mail. According to fentanyl and K2 were the two that they really pushed out there.
Yeah,
And Blumenthal did it on the green,
and he supports it.
supports
of course,
it,
he
and,
supports
and
it.
that's where the whole thing is going. And so, mail. What is Ohio going to do with CBD's legal
Mailing
to ship?
it. Oh yes.
So
now
now-
there's a whole nother. Now these, let's say my company, right?
Right.
I got an online store. I
Order
sell the
from-
coffee and the honey and all that.
Yep.
What if somebody from Ohio wants to order from me? Am I not allowed to ship it to them?
Now you're probably trafficking. But
Uh,
that would kind
yes.
of be the
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
that also
Federal.
brings a question. Oh, we are. So
Oh, our caller
our
is here.
caller's calling.
Oh,
but I
good.
have
We'll
one more-
discuss this
We'll
after.
talk about this one, but Amazon fulfillment centers. If the fulfillment center isn't in Ohio, they would have it stocked and they can just send it.
Yeah.
And they would know
Mhm.
nothing about it because it's such a large company that they'd have to hire an entire new sector not to send things to Ohio.
I don't think they're allowed to do CBD at Amazon. Though. I don't think they do.
probably
it.
not.
All right. Is our caller here? Hello.
Hey.
Yes, I
Lauren.
am.
Hi,
Lauren.
Lauren.
Hi. How you doing,
Well, hello,
Lauren?
Lauren.
Good.
Lauren, I'm going to let Kiva introduce you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm going to read your bio, okay? So,
right,
Lauren
cool.
Jackson is a psychology graduate of the University of New Orleans with a master's certificate in cannabis from Cannabis Training University of Colorado. Her many years working in consumer finance, banking operations, as well as sexual health have fueled her passion for educating others on personal wellness and the principles of basic principles of financial and entrepreneurial success. Currently a counselor with the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, Lauren works with low and moderate income families, helping them achieve home ownership through non-traditional methods. Motivated by the recent medical cannabis legalization in Louisiana, Lauren saw a need to advocate for more education surrounding the emerging cannabis industry. She serves as the president of the Louisiana chapter of Minorities for Medical Marijuana and is currently working alongside her peers like me and members of the community to develop curriculum designed to equip Louisiana residents with tools to effectively navigate the legal cannabis arena.
Oh.
And y'all, she's a beauty. Too bad we're on radio. So hi, Lauren. Welcome to the Cannabis Corner.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, yes. So tell us about yourself. I mean, I know I read your bio, but so we're both. So I am the Northeast Regional Director for Minorities for Medical Marijuana, and you are the chapter president for Louisiana. So that's how we have become acquainted. So tell us what's going on in your world.
Yeah, what's going on in Louisiana? I'd love to know what their medical bill is and how far they are along with legalization and what you guys are doing.
We did just recently expand as of August. So in 2015, they passed the Act 261 that allows the physicians to recommend cannabis. And that was for like a very small number of conditions, like terminally ill patients who are suffering with AIDS or terminally ill cancer patients were the only patients to be allowed. So recently, this year, they've expanded it to glaucoma, Parkinson's disease, severe muscle spasms, PTSD, and autism spectrum. So we're making baby steps. You know, we haven't gotten to the point where flower or anything containing THC would be available for recommendation. So we're getting there, though.
So this is CBD only?
You're a CBD only state?
CBD only. That's correct.
Wow.
CBD only. So I believe that they allow a very minute amount of THC. I want to say maybe less than 1%.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Per, micrograms or parts per million. But yeah, it's primarily CBD only and no other form other than, I believe, the oils and transdermal patches. So we got a lot of ways to go, but I think, with more push from like organizations like Minorities for Medical Marijuana, Women Grow, those types of organizations, that we're going to see a lot more, one, education, because I'm pretty much taking that charge of, educating people around what to do and what not to do, what to expect for the emerging of this industry.
Yes.
Do you guys have reciprocity?
No, we do not have reciprocity. So basically, for you to be a Louisiana patient, you have to be a Louisiana resident, have Louisiana, doctor recommendation. So.
And where does this leave the hemp CBD products? Are they allowed to be sold in Louisiana? We just read an article here about Ohio making all CBD products only available in medical dispensaries. Do you still have a is there a hemp CBD market like for the legal CBD products?
Yes.
There are. So you have kind of a legal market that's available to everybody, and then you have the specialized medical marijuana market, which is still CBD only.
Right. So it's really weird. And Louisiana is known for being very backwards about a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. But I think the hemp CBD is more of a kind of like a supplement, like nutritional supplement type of thing. So where there's a store on one of our really popular shopping areas on Magazine Street, and they sell CBD only. It's an entire boutique dedicated to selling CBD. So, I believe that, once we get into the medical side, it's just, they make a distinction between, okay, this concentration is considered medical, whereas this one is considered more of like a health supplement, nutritional type of thing.
I see. I get it.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
And now, how about the licensing process out there? I mean, here in Connecticut, you need a lot of money. You need a lot of backing and, kind of, I guess, a lot of clout, too, some connections to get a dispensary license,
Absolutely.
and a cultivation license here. How about out there in Louisiana? Is the market a little more open, or is it pretty much big business only?
It's pretty tight. It is pretty tight. So right now, as far as dispensary licensing, yeah, you're looking at anywhere from 500,000 to a cool million. And unfortunately, Louisiana is one of those states where it's not what you know, it's who you know. So we have, I want to say, maybe 10 licensed dispensaries. I want to say 2 in my immediate area, and the others are like much further throughout the state. There's literally 9, and I believe there's one more license that's available. But I'm not sure about the application process. The only cultivation licenses are with Louisiana State University and Southern University of Baton Rouge. So the two big colleges are the only ones who are actually growing and producing for the 9 dispensaries that we have in the area.
Oh, so I see how they did it. They did it through the research. They didn't by having it grown through colleges, they're not really doing anything against the federal law, and they probably rescheduled it to Schedule 2. So they're kind of covering their butts by doing CBD only and by having the schools, research facilities grow it and supply it. I understand it, but it just doesn't make a ton of sense.
Same here.
It's to cover their butts.
I
get it.
Right. But it's just kind of like, come on, what all of these other states are much more successful. They're cashing in on the tax revenues, and I don't understand. I just don't understand Louisiana, but that's my home state. That's pretty much how we operate here, just backwards.
And listen, we understand. We're in Connecticut, man.
We're backwards too. Believe me, we may be a little bit. We have a medical program,
at least that,
but it's all big business controlled. We can't grow our own medicine, and everybody around us can. But we can't. We're like the little island here.
So Lauren, tell us a little bit about your work with, or what can you just explain what Minorities for Medical Marijuana is, and what you all do with that organization there?
Yeah, so Minorities for Medical Marijuana, we are really big on social equity and inclusion for minorities in the cannabis industry. So what I am preparing to do is come up with more curriculum for just educating people about getting into the cannabis industry, educating people about actually medicating, because we have a lot of misconceptions in our community about exactly what it is. And what I've noticed now, since Louisiana has come out and say, okay, now we are a medical marijuana state, people kind of feel a little empowered to start their edibles business or what have you. And I just really want to make sure that we're safe and we're operating safely, in our community. So I think with Minorities for Medical Marijuana, one of the reasons I really joined the organization is because I wanted to have a platform and have resources to, bring everyone in my community the right information.
Right.
So as far as what we're doing in Louisiana, that's our focus right now. I definitely want to be able to open it up to be able to show people where they can be employed and get more education on it to actually start. Well, not really start, but to have that good foundation for when we do go recreational, because I feel like it's on the horizon. I just don't know how quickly, But that's pretty much what we've been working on here.
Are you a ballot state or a legislative state?
I believe Ohio is a legislative state.
No, this is Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana. I'm sorry.
Are you ballot or legislative?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm really not sure about that. Ballot versus legislative.
Do you get to go to the polls and vote for different things you want to enact, or do your legislators vote and you got to deal with whatever they come up with?
Yeah, like this medical marijuana.
We're a ballot state.
A ballot state.
So you voted in you voted in medical marijuana?
That was on one ballot that what was that election? When was that? That had to be
when they put it in, right?
We did vote for that.
And then they finally implemented it in 2016.
So ballot initiative states can really get some things cracking.
We were
right.
Yeah, you guys. Do you do activism? Are you up there at the State House lobbying the people and?
Not yet.
All right,
Not yet.
that's
you know,
your next
I'm
step.
still educating people on getting their homes right now. But
Right.
yeah, not yet. Definitely on the horizon.
Probably should look into connecting with the normal chapter
Of Louisiana, yeah.
because that's exactly what they're there to do, reform those laws. So
Yeah.
working in conjunction with them would be probably a great thing.
Now, down there, what is the average cost for a recommendation cost? I mean, do they have special doctors doing it? Is that something you could do, or in your
there
practice?
Are special doctors. I want to say we actually just expanded the number of prescriptions or recommendations that they can write. I believe there's about maybe 20 to 30 doctors over the entire state that have the authority to recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say as of the beginning of September, they were able to go from 10 per month to 100 per month.
Wow.
Oh, so they're limited on patients too.
And is that only limited to physicians, or can advanced practice registered nurses certify as well, and psychiatrists?
Physicians only. Yes, only physicians. I know, right? I know, isn't it?
A lot of states start out that way.
That's the goal, is to to change all of those things.
Because we got you by 3 years.
Yeah,
because we were 2012 when our medical program was enacted.
So Louisiana does allow chronic pain and suffering as one of their conditions. So that's actually something that's awesome as well.
Yeah,
which we don't have at all. We
but
don't
it's
have
CBD.
Chronic pain. Yeah,
I mean,
it helps.
It helps,
and
but
it's from cannabis. I believe it's from cannabis based, right? So it's not hemp based.
Yeah, but when you got chronic pain, you need the entourage effect.
I agree with you. You need the
so that
entourage.
I think, Lauren, you are on the right track there. Education is key, and a lot of it, what you have to do, unfortunately, we've learned this in Connecticut, is actually educate the lawmakers and the legislators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And since you're a ballot state, you also have to go out to the people, because it's going to be up to the people to get that on the ballot. The people have to want it to be voted on.
Right.
But like you said, if they're still in the dark, or thinking of all that old propaganda, the gateway drug theory and all that, the more you get out there and show people that the real research that's been done, because we have all these legal states, there's so much new information out there that I don't even think people are aware of. That's got to be the key. I mean, that's got to be what, it's got to start that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, do you have anything coming up, or any events coming up? Do you guys do monthly meetings? What do you guys do?
Well, the organization has started, I want to say, when was this? In the end of July, and it's just me for right now. So what I'm working on is at the end of this month, basically, coming out with an introduction to the community, getting more people engaged on social media as best we can, and as carefully as we can, because we also know social media can be really unfriendly to cannabis business. And cannabis organizations. So really what I'm doing right now is building that network, building that, the network of people who are pretty much down for the cause. So hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have more on the actual curriculum, the actual classes and seminars and stuff. So we'll have something to go into the new year more regularly.
Yeah,
we do awesome classes.
Yeah, please let us know. I was just going to say that. Please
come down to Louisiana.
Please let us know if you need any help with curriculum, or anything. I'm sure we can collaborate. We do.
And we cover the entire spectrum.
We've done it for a while.
Spanish, English, all that.
And one thing we need to add is an advocacy training, which I think, that's going to be integral to getting the program that you want to see down there.
That's the kind of grassroots stuff you do. You even have to train people how to go out and be activists, but it's important. It's not something that comes
Louisiana
natural.
Has just added PTSD, so urban trauma is definitely a section. Look at that.
And they definitely need THC, though.
They do.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's got to be your first battle, is to get your THC on there.
Yeah.
And please let us know if there's anything we can do to help through Kibra.
Anytime.
I ran a school for 4 years, so I'm sure there's some
Still running
advice
a
I may
school,
have.
Joe.
I've
Well,
never
these are
been to
classes, no.
Louisiana either, so I'd love to
What?
come visit. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
we gotta get you guys
Mm.
down.
Yes,
Definitely.
for sure.
Yeah, New Orleans, that'd be fun, right?
know.
Company
Do they
trip.
do conventions down there? They must, right?
Oh yeah, they had MJ BizCon was down there, right?
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those tickets were about $750 at the door, I believe.
Oof.
750.
So $750 was the going price to get in. So,
Wow.
and it was interesting how that all played out because I had not seen anything about it. If it wasn't for the fact that I had started this whole like social media page just to kind of follow people in the cannabis industry, just kind of get an idea of what the culture was like. I would not have known anything about it, and it was interesting because the ticket prices were just astronomical.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're in a state where we're not legal with flower or THC yet. So
Right.
I just thought that I found that to be interesting.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Did they have
Wow.
Did they have a nice presence there?
See, I'm not sure.
Okay.
From what I understood, it was probably about maybe 5,000 to 7,000 people who came.
Sugar.
But I didn't, it
That
definitely
isn't
wasn't
bad.
anything where I would be able to walk downtown and say, "Oh, hey, what conference are you in?
Right.
Are you here for the MJ conference?"
Right.
It was really, really kind of kept on the DL. I feel,
Yeah.
but
Well, Lauren, maybe
I
we
thought
can
that
help
to be
you.
interesting.
We put on a conference here in Connecticut, and it was basically the same thing that you're trying to do, just to kind of let people know, hey, we're building an industry here. These are some of the leaders and what they do. How do you fit? So maybe that's something we could talk about bringing down
Yeah,
there.
for next year.
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, we'd love
I'm
to.
with it.
All right. All right. Well, Lauren, it was a pleasure talking to you. And
Thank you. Likewise.
yeah, thanks for coming on
Thank
the
you.
show. And
How
please
can people?
keep us informed on what happens in Louisiana.
Yeah.
We're going to be
You got it.
monitoring your progress, and if there's anything we can do to help, please don't feel free to call.
How
And
do
Lou
we
had the good question.
How
Go
do
ahead.
we follow you, like you,
Oh, yes.
Instagram you, poke you, all
You
that?
can follow me. You can follow me at Nola_Cannalady.
Okay.
NOLA_Cannalady. CANNALADY.
Okay.
And that's
And
on
that
Instagram
came
and
right
Facebook.
up. Yep, that came right up. There's a beautiful green rose there. Just go
Yes,
ahead and
yes.
hit it up. I'm following now. I am your Uncle Lou.
Is there
Yep.
any
So
minority,
everybody
Right.
follow her right now.
Yep, follow her
minorities
now,
for medical
guys.
marijuana in Louisiana? Do they have a page?
Not an Instagram page, but we do have a Facebook page. It's
Okay.
M4MMLA.
Okay.
Yes, follow
Very-
them on. There's great
very
facts on
cool.
here. You have great little
Yeah.
snippets.
I'm gonna tag you too,
Yeah.
so you can hear
Awesome.
this later.
We will make sure I am going to share this profile.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Well, Lauren,
Well, there
we
you
thank
go,
you so
Lauren.
much, and we will
Thank
talk
you.
soon.
there you
Yes,
go.
ma'am, we will.
Follow
Okay.
everybody.
All right,
follow her
Lauren.
up.
Take
All right.
care
Talk
now.
to you soon,
Alrighty.
Lauren.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Very nice.
Yeah, very
Yes,
interesting
yes.
See,
to
state
learn,
to state. So
learn about
as,
these other states. We
Mhm.
thought we have it bad here.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
That's shocking.
So now-
Isn't that shocking?
So now she takes this. This is step one. She shares our radio show that she was just
Yeah.
on in her local area. That grows both networks.
Mhm.
It looks like they definitely. She's got a big task ahead of her.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
They-
So ain't gonna be
whatever we
easy.
can
It's
do.
like what we had to start with back in 2010, with nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but that's it. It just goes to show the difference in the states and their attitude towards it. Like, my thought is the information is the same.
Yeah.
In other words, research is research. Facts is facts.
Correct.
You organize the facts, sit them down and look at them. Normal people should come to the same conclusion.
Right.
Rational people should come to the same conclusion.
Right.
In other words, but yet it ends up being subjective because a certain group of people will read these facts and say, okay, you're right, marijuana should be legalized.
You know
And then
what?
another group of people will read the same things and say, no, I don't think we should do this. We could do CBD, though, because there's not enough. So it's just very interesting to me.
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say. I take it like that. if you grab somebody from the middle America who's never been fishing or seen an ocean or surfing or something like that, and you hand them a surfboard in California, they might look at you and say, well what's this? You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's because the information's there, and
And it's all the same. I mean, facts are facts.
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
And you might
saying?
people aren't understanding there's a difference between making a personal choice about what you choose to consume.
Mhm.
Like, okay, you don't want to consume cannabis, fine, that's
Right.
okay, but you shouldn't impede upon someone else's ability to consume cannabis, to try to fight. You know, maybe you want to go the chemo route, but they want to go the cannabis
Correct.
route. That shouldn't. My personal choice should not affect another
Right.
person's
Not at all.
personal.
And
I
it
agree with you.
should transfer over to legislators too. I mean, I know
Right.
a lot of these legislators vote because they are personally
You're right.
against cannabis,
Right.
regardless of what their constituents want or
Right.
what the constituents of the state want. And that's where, and I feel that's probably in Louisiana
And
too.
you
of
cannot
course.
deny the science. You
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah, that's what I'm
deny
saying.
the medicinal
Facts are
pro-
facts.
Facts are facts.
We're
You're
gonna
right.
take the same
So
curriculum
that's when
down
you
there.
know, because anyone who says they're against cannabis after being presented with the facts,
Right.
you know that's just your personal
Oh, 100%.
decision to be against it. It has
We
nothing
see
to
it all
do
the
with
time.
what is right
We
and
were
what
s-
is true.
We were sitting
Right.
in that meeting, and the gentleman said, "Well, he doesn't have his tie on, so he can't really be a doctor."
Oh yeah, yeah. Are you really a doctor? Because he had longer hair
You
and he didn't
know?
have a tie. But these are the people running our state, and it makes me
Yep.
real sad. And the people who run our country are even worse.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Louisiana,
Lord.
you figure that's a more ingrained.
And that's
Well,
what,
that's southern.
You know, it
that's a
is.
southern
And that's
state.
where
Mhm.
some of the liberalness that we do have up here, well, the acceptance, I want to say, because no matter what your thoughts or ideas are, as an accepting person, you accept what other people do and that don't harm you. You
yeah, you're
accept that
tolerant of other
exactly,
people. Live and
you
let
know.
live, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
But that's not necessarily as much down south. You know, the governing parties of more conservative states usually think, no, what you're doing in your home
But still,
affects
facts are
me.
facts. Can't they read?
I'm playing devil's advocate with you
Keep us
here.
looking at me. Yeah, I get you. I don't know. But can't they read?
And that's why you should come take one of our classes and learn about what we
Yeah.
got going on.
Yep.
Well, you know, obviously, election day is coming around,
Yes.
and there are some states that are going to be voting on
big things.
legalization.
Big things.
Right now, Michigan and North Dakota
Mm-hmm.
are going to ballot for it.
That's
So
beautiful.
it looks like Michigan is going to go. The support is 62 to 35.
Well, Michigan had a very heavy medicinal program.
They had a
too.
good
They had a
medicinal
good-
program. Yeah.
Good liberal medicinal program.
Yeah, growing and everything.
Full grow, pop ups, the whole nine.
Yeah. Very,
uh,
very, very, very liberal.
Very
Yeah.
liberal, which helped.
And they can grow
oh yes,
plants
yes, they
like
can.
70 something.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
as long
Like each.
it doesn't break the 99 limit. That's what
What?
it is. It's a space.
I mean,
It's
I'd
a
be
space.
swimming.
Instead of a
I got a
be a
cousin
sea
in
green in
Michigan.
my
I think I
basement.
need to go see my cousin in Michigan.
When we were at
That's
the
what I'm
Cannabis
saying.
Cup, we met this nice these two wives. They were awesome. But they used for injury and pain and everything. So when they met them out at the Vegas Cup, and these ladies, when you're like, y'all can grow. Oh man,
Yeah.
the pictures that they're like, yeah, we grow in our basement, and I'm like, oh, the medicinal program there is so much
Yeah,
nicer.
It's
and
very
I-
liberal.
and you're like, wow,
Yep. Very
God
liberal.
bless them.
Hmm.
So there it looks like they're going to have legal. Hopefully they'll be liberal with their legalization
I hope
program.
so
We'll
as
all
well.
move to Michigan,
Let's
right?
hope
They're
so.
a ballot initiative state as well. Yeah.
Right. And North Dakota is too, but unfortunately North Dakota people,
Nah.
now here we go. There it is again with the facts.
Yeah.
The people in North Dakota are 59 against and 34
Wow,
with 11% undecided. So,
that's a big
it-
swing.
you know, it just goes to show, and this is ballot. This is
Yeah.
the people. This is not the
It's just different people.
lawmakers saying no, no, no. This is the people not wanting.
They just don't get it.
So obviously they're not educated enough.
Yeah.
or they're getting the wrong facts. You know, in other
So
words,
somebody, you said
facts
North
may be
Dakota?
facts, but if you're getting the wrong facts, you're getting the wrong
Yeah.
What is
information.
this, North
Exactly.
Dakota? If there's an
North
activist
Dakota.
out in North Dakota that needs a little help, reach out.
Mhm.
Maybe
go
we
to
can
your
send
I
Yeah,
don't
we'd
know-
love to try to
I
help.
don't know what Normal does out there, but yeah, it's
Even if it's something as simple as, hey, they want us to go out there and host a class. Maybe they want to fly Kiber out and have
Yeah.
her host a class.
You
know,
Oh, yeah.
that's exactly step one. If you're an out of state activist and you're looking for a professional who's been published, who's been on many different panels, I'll say, hey, we got our own little professional right here. Kiber handles it pretty huge for the whole information and education portion. So
Yeah, and of
she'll
course,
come out.
I get support and knowledge and input from Joe and Lou, who are both industry experts as well. So, between the three of us, we can definitely bring you up to speed on what you should be doing in your state to get things moving.
It's
yeah.
all market research.
Yeah.
But hey, at least they got it on the ballot.
It's
Yeah.
a
It
beautiful
took
thing.
work. In other words, it takes a certain amount of activism just to get it on the ballot.
That
It just doesn't happen.
% busted.
So
their hump.
somebody busted their butts to get it
Yeah.
on the ballot. I saw what they did in Mass, and you
Yeah.
have to go through a process just to get it on the ballot. It's
Oh,
not like
yes,
the
sir.
legislators. I'm sure they weren't all jumping to do it.
No.
So the people had to
Especially with
demand it
those
onto the
numbers.
ballot.
Yeah.
There has to be a petition signed, and there has to be a certain amount of signatures, varies by state, to get something on the ballot. So, yeah, they got enough support to get it on the ballot, but not enough support to pass it. So you often wonder what other influences are in there, too. Because the same thing happened in Arizona, and come to find out that Insys, the fentanyl manufacturer, threw $600,000 into the pot to prevent marijuana legalization in
They've done that all
Arizona.
over the country.
Yes, they have, and they've done it here.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, my biggest fear with this whole CBD thing, and I don't even want to put this out into the universe,
Okay,
But
well,
you-
then don't.
Down.
but you guys know where I'm going with it, is that other states might take that as an example. And you know what other states I'm thinking of,
Mhm.
just by the place we live and the people who want to have a monopoly on this business. You
Well, I
know,
think that
so
we're
I
ahead
hope
of the fight there.
that
I
our
believe.
lawmakers don't see. Well,
Well, I don't.
yeah, with this thing with Aaron, just goes to show you
Yeah.
that they're
Oh,
pretty
they're
far
not looking,
behind.
They're
you
not
know
looking
what I mean?
to give that individual right away.
And we need to pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
You're listening to Cannabis Corner on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from downtown New Haven. We are streaming live on TuneIn Radio and NewHavenIndependent.org. We're also streaming live video on Facebook Live. Just go to facebook.com/New Haven Independent or go to your Facebook page and look us up. So anyway, we're probably getting close to our time anyway. So let's go over what's going on in the state, and then
Yes, sir.
Okay.
let's next week see. I know Aaron's hearing is next week, but hopefully he'll get out early enough. Let's
Okay.
continue this conversation about CBD
Yeah.
and hemp. We have Lupino,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to come in from Gene Traders, who knows all about the genetics of
Nice.
hemp and all
Yay.
that kind of stuff.
That's exciting.
So let's continue this because it is if the U.S. Farm Bill was passed,
Yeah.
none of this would be
None
an
of
issue.
these issues.
None of this would be an issue, and it's all because of a holdup. The Republicans pulled some.
I'm ready for
Mumbo
them to pass it
jumbo.
because I will go work for.
Well, the
John
farmers are
Deere.
very upset
I'll
because
go work
it
for John
expired.
Deere.
Last year's Farm Bill expired on the 30th of September. They have no bill in right now. Not
Wow.
good.
No.
But
I
they're
will
so
go
busy with never mind. You
Yeah.
know what? Judges and
Yeah.
sexual assaults and all that.
Oh, man,
Okay.
was New Haven
Ridiculous.
famous
Ugh.
for some ice cubes.
Oh
Wow.
God. So anyway, the event's coming up this Saturday. Anyone who's interested in working in a dispensary, we have a class up here on
That's
178
right.
This
Temple Street
Saturday.
at 10 a.m. There's still a
Yeah.
few seats if
There's,
you want
there's
to do
not
it.
many seats, so please make sure you come up.
There's
Yeah.
still a few seats available, and yeah, just hit us up on this Facebook page or through Canna Health or through me. Info at ctcanconsulting.com or Joe Luck Productions at Gmail. There are a few seats left. Again, the 17th is the normal meeting at the Rough Draft in Hamden, and anybody who lives in the Milford area or Stratford is invited to take a ride up on the Bohemian High
Mhm.
bus.
They might come pick me up so you
On
can meet
the
at my house and then we can swing. We get picked up.
That sounds
So,
so.
yeah,
There'll be
we're
a
gonna
stop
try and work
at
that out.
Bohemian High and one stop in New Haven.
That's the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
That is next Wednesday, so it's a week from Wednesday, and then on the 27th, we have the class of medical marijuana 101 with Kibra. And that's going to be up at 178 Temple Street, and that's part of our series that we've been doing to help people find work in the industry, just get trained in whatever things we have available here.
And people always ask me, what could I do with this? Like, what job can I get? And truth be told, like, I want to be very clear. Like, there may not be a specific job that you'll say you can take this certificate and get, but to have the knowledge base as a one-up as you're going into this industry is what really is going to make the difference.
Especially in this area, there's not a ton of educated people we know.
Right, and then also interacting with fellow students, interacting with these instructors that we're bringing who bring a wealth of knowledge will also help to guide your path as you're endeavoring to get into this industry. So it's good on many levels, but for personal growth and the expansion of your knowledge and really understanding what this plant is. A lot of us love it. We love cannabis. We know that we love consuming it, but we also need to know like what prohibition was and what it did to this industry and the people that it affected, and knowing about the science of the plant, and that this is really we have an innate system, learning about the endocannabinoid system. These are all foreign things
to most people.
To most people. So, in order to really be marketable and to be able to run a successful business in this particular industry, you can't just decide, I just want to open up
because you'll go out of business.
You'll go out of business. You need to have that basic knowledge base.
Well, just like who we just spoke with, she traveled to Colorado to take classes similar to these. And she went to college in New Orleans.
I'm sure they need education
huge amount
down
of
there.
travel she had to do just to get very similar classes.
And Kibra traveled to Mass.
Exactly. We tell you that we bring it literally.
We're bringing it to you, right to your backyard.
And this industry, the reason we're doing it now is because the industry, even though it's a little slower than we would like, is growing.
It is here.
And we need you.
And we're at the point of it. We're at the cusp of a big expansion in our program.
Yes.
With a bunch of new dispensaries opening and hopefully expansion of the cultivation facilities.
Yes.
So that, and look, we're going to be fighting for home grow this year.
Yep.
We're going to be fighting for hemp cultivation this year. These are all areas people can get. We're trying to grow this industry.
Right.
Here
And we cannot do it on our own.
It's better to be a pioneer.
Now they know our faces.
Oh, yeah.
We need to sneak them with a new face.
People need to understand it's
they
better
start
to
walk away when they see
They're like, oh, snap.
Those guys again.
Yeah, there they come.
It's better to be a pioneer than a Johnny come lately.
Yeah, it sure is.
You know what I mean?
It sure is.
Pioneer in this industry out here in New England. And I'm not saying you have to stay in Connecticut, but the whole New England area is starting to blossom. Massachusetts, Maine, the whole thing. So
and then
New
it's
York
a really
and New
great
Jersey.
community too. Like the
Lots
community
of
people and the network that like we are able to be a part of is something that money can't buy, and so it's really important to meet these great people and learn from them. So
All right, we should go. We'll see you all next week.
Okay. Remember, Canna Health is opening in Hartford,
Yeah, we'll
57 Pratt
keep
Street.
reminding you of that.
Suite
6
405.
days a week you can get your certification.
Yes.
And
Stay
we'll
happy,
see you
healthy,
next
high,
week.
guys.
Yes.
And hopefully Saturday at the class.
That's
Bye-bye.
right.
Saturday classes.
I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I'm in Cali every week. I go hard. Bro said he got sour, need that whole yard.
You told
But if you got on your luck, won't you look me up? I never could turn you away. And if you just take my hand, then you'll understand that I don't hold the key. And if you got on your luck, won't you look me up? I never could turn you away. And if you just take my hand, then you'll understand